everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time or you are a returning viewer and have not yet done so, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when we put up new content right here on this channel. So Marvel Studios announced Blade a little bit ago, the movie that is going to be starring Mahershala Ali, but a lot of news about that movie have kind of gone by the wayside. We've not got any bit of details about it, and now we finally have a little bit of confirmation, possibly, if reports are to be believed, that Blade may have actually found its director. So let's go over here and check out the news article from The Direct that discusses this. Marvel Studios finds director for the Mahershala Ali movie Blade. Blade has been one of the biggest mysteries surrounding Marvel Studios Phase 4, initially announced in the main event slot of Marvel Studios' presentation at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige introduced the heavily decorated Mahershala Ali to a packed Hall H at the Marvel Cinematic Universe's take on the Vampire Hunter. He'll be playing Blade in that movie. The two-time Academy Award winner proudly placed a Blade hat on his head, but since then, words surrounding the film has been very quiet, almost, not a sound at all. Kevin Feige reminded fans that the MCU's Blade would be coming toward the end of his Disney Investor Day presentation. Fast forward a couple months later, and the project was absent from Marvel's See You at the Movie sizzle reel that they released. While a release date and cast remain in question, Blade took a big step forward in development. Marvel Studios, Blade reportedly finds its director. The Blade reboot at Marvel Studios has supposedly landed the director of the film. According to Deadline, the Mahershala Ali-led film will be helmed by Bassam Tariq. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Forgive me if I'm not. Although the outlet stressed that a deal is not yet finalized. Tariq's filmography is fairly young, with the Pakistani director best being known for directing Mogul Mowgli, which premiered at the 70th Berlin International Film Festival in 2020. With the director inked, Blade finally has its first surge of momentum. As mentioned, not much is known about Bassam Tariq, but his inexperience fits the Marvel Studios mold. Since Phase 1, Marvel has sought out young filmmakers. Before helming the MCU's Spider-Man franchise, director John Watts has 2 feature film credits to his entire name. The Russo brothers worked mostly on television sitcoms leading up to Captain America the Winter Soldier. Even someone like James Gunn, who is arguably the hottest director in Hollywood right now, only directed 2 Hollywood movies ahead of 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy. With a director tapped, Blade can finally move forward on production. Marvel Studios is clearly in no rush to get this reboot released, as it is patiently developing this new take on the Vampire Hunter. Still, the pieces are falling into place for Blade to debut at some point in the next 2 years. After all, the character was recently teased in an episode of Loki. There was a reference to vampires in that series. That was about all that was really said. It's unclear when Phase 4 will end, but Marvel Studios' foreseeable future projects only extend until 2023. With a director on board now, filming could get moving before the calendar year's end. Blade creator Marv Wolfman hinted at a 2022 drop for Mahershala Ali's reboot. That seems unlikely, being a lot of the title or the release dates have already been filled up by Marvel Studios movies, but we'll see what they do. Probably 2023. And movement like this makes that all the more realistic, though. Blade is currently without a release date and has been rumored to fill Marvel Studios' vacant October 7th, 2022 slot. But the problem with that is that slot was also taken up by a little movie called Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. So I don't think that Marvel Studios is going to undercut Sony that they have a working relationship with by dropping the Blade movie on the exact same day. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that untitled Blade or October 7th spot, I think, has been taken. I could see, Blade coming out in 2023, absolutely, maybe around the October time slot, but I don't believe that 2022 date is probably going to happen. But that not being said, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe possibly Blade could come out in 2022. That'd be great. I'd love to see yet another Marvel movie that year, because we're already going to be getting 4 with Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. We're going to get Thor: Love and Thunder. We're going to get Black Panther: Wakanda Forever and the Marvels all debuting in 2022, and that doesn't even count the Sony movies when it comes to Morbius is going to be coming out in 2022, and of course Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. So that's 6 Marvel movies, 7 if you count Blade, and that doesn't even count the 5 DC movies that are going to be coming to theaters in 2022. So it is a great time to be a geek in the movie TV world right now. If you love comic books, you are getting your fill of it right now, and I love every second of it. I'm a big comic book geek. Obviously, that's one of the reasons I'm doing this channel, is to spread the love, so to speak, in the world of comic books, Star Wars, all the geek universes out there. I am geek and proud for sure. But yeah, if this report is true, it obviously does go on to say how it has not been confirmed yet. But yeah, or the deal is not yet finalized. But it does sound like that this is going to be happening, no doubt. Once we get into deep negotiations where it starts to come out like this, normally this is all but confirmation that this guy is going to be directing Blade. So that's good to see. I can't wait to see what they tell with Blade. Maybe we'll get a Wesley Snipes cameo in the movie. I don't know. With the multiverse that they are trying to introduce in Marvel right now, that is definitely a possibility. But just the fact that we're going to maybe be getting into some of the darker elements of the MCU here with Blade. Maybe we can get Ghost Rider. We're going to be getting a little bit more of a scary movie when it comes to the MCU in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So they're kind of diving into some darker elements a little bit here. So I like that. I'd like to see more of it. Obviously, keep the fun, lighthearted stuff from some of the other movies like Ant-Man and Guardians and things like that, and some more of the more grounded stuff like in the Captain America, Winter Soldier, Black Widows type stuff. And of course, let's go fantastical and crazy with a bunch of these other outer space stuff. But yeah, I love what Marvel Studios is doing. They've got a lot of things that are available for everybody in the audience. So hopefully they'll find something that they can latch onto. If they don't like everything, that's perfectly fine. But they've got all sorts of things that you can choose from, and there's likely to be at least some sort of property out there that you can get invested in, depending on what your personal tastes are. And I think that's one of the reasons that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is so successful. They continually change things up, and they don't continue to get stale. They don't do the same thing over and over and over again, and they try to keep things fresh. And I think they do a great job of doing that by doing what they're doing. So, yeah, I can't wait for Blade. Mahershala Ali, obviously, if you've watched any of the Netflix Marvel shows that are not really considered canon to the MCU. I know they kind of tried to act like they were still in the same universe and all that, but Mahershala Ali was last seen in the first season of Luke Cage. He played Cottonmouth in that series, and he was absolutely stellar, and that series went a little bit downhill after what happened to the Cottonmouth character. But it was nice to see him in there for the first half of that first season. He was one of the best parts of the show. So I have no doubt that he will carry Blade on, and he will have a great performance as the vampire himself, or vampire hunter himself, half vampire and all that. But anyway, it's a whole thing. But yeah, so what the real question here is, guys, what do you guys think about the fact that Blade has reportedly found its director? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the possible, decision to go with Bassam Tariq, I believe it was his name. Let me know what you guys think and comment down below. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And please hit the notification bell so you'll also get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next video, guys, take care.
Target